And welcome into Elevation 5280 Sports and Lifestyle here on this Sunday evening, as it is another edition of On the Mark when on the mic. That is Mark Sexton. I am Michael Spillin, as you can sense the play on words there. And we are here with you on this Sunday night. Mark, how the heck are we this evening?
Busy, man. Just glad I got to find some time to come and hang out with you and get to chat about some sports and some movies. Let's get at it.
We will have our Check the Cinephiles segment, second half of the show, and we will dive into what are you watching here in just a moment. Don't forget to like all of the social media pages on Facebook, on X, Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And make sure you go over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music to catch all of the on-demand audio as well. You can follow Mark on Instagram at Marky Sexton. You can follow me at SportsJunkie25. You can follow, once again, the network at 5280 Sports Radio. So please go over there as well and check out our home base, e5280sports.com, where you can catch, again, all of the on-demand stuff, videos, audio, blogs, Pro Wrestling Daily, and Between the Lines, all right there on the front page. Yes, we will do our entertainment segment, second half of the show. But let's dive right into what are you watching. And Mark, again, if folks are new to the program, we will kind of have like our base subjects that are trying to get kicked off each week. So again, I still have the same old one on what I'm not watching. So it still hasn't been bumped off by anything. But I have a couple new what I'm not watching and a couple new what I am watching as well. So where do you want to kick these lists off?
Let's go to the not watching. Let's let you start off because I'm kind of intrigued now. What do you got?
Well, what I'm not watching is these idiots who are still pinning Paige Beckers versus Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. I saw one postmark that was absolutely outrageous. It literally had Caitlin Clark's this season, in which she's missed 15 games, and Paige Beckers' rookie season. And I think we've said this before. I'm a Paige Beckers fan, but the way they're just pinning them up against each other is just it's kind of unfair. You heard what Paige Beckers said a couple weeks ago, that the pressure that's on Caitlin Clark is pretty unfair. If she doesn't go 8 for 10 from the 3-point line, then people are going to throw a hissy fit. And so that's what I'm kind of getting sick of. I'm trying not to watch it or look at it or see it or hear about it, but it's just kind of all over the place because people really have nothing better to do. And so just kind of seeing that everywhere. Again, Paige Beckers probably a favorite to win Rookie of the Year, although there's some other rookies out there, Sonia Citron, Kiki Ariafins, just some other good rookies out there having also good seasons. And I tend to stir the pot a lot, Mark, on these social media pages. And I'll say, but why isn't Paige leading Dallas to the playoffs like Caitlin did in her rookie year?
That's fair. That is a fair point. And
I'm a Paige Beckers fan, but yeah, she is having an upset. But I'm just sick of seeing that kind of rhetoric all over the place.
Same, actually. You definitely took one from me. I had that as well. I saw a few of the posts over the weekend that I just didn't care for. I feel like the women's basketball league is shooting themselves in the foot by not promoting both players, and really just laying off of Caitlin Clark. Really got to lay off the rookie with Beckers. I mean, I just don't understand what you're gifted. Some amazing athletes to help your league grow and actually become a powerhouse and a household sport, if you will. And you're letting this kind of these are the things I don't think that are going to generate more views, maybe generate comments. But I mean, nowadays, does that even matter? You can get a comment just by posting a dumb picture. So, I mean, the interaction, I think, is going to be more negative than it is positive. And I think, honestly, that they're not utilizing these young athletes correctly. And I think they're missing the boat. And if they're not careful, it could bite them.
Yeah. So, yeah, again, Paige having an excellent rookie season, as we mentioned. But again, Dallas just kind of the bottom of the barrel when it comes to their record. And it doesn't help that, she doesn't maybe have the talent around her, maybe like Caitlin Clark does. Caitlin Clark entered the league with a Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston, who was Rookie of the Year the previous year in Caitlin's first year. And so there is a kind of a lot of similarities, but also a lot of differences in their circumstances. But also, Mark, I think we touched on this a while ago too, that Paige doesn't get guarded nearly the way that Cece does.
No, and not only that, but not even just the guarding part. The physicality part of the game, she's not even experiencing a tenth of what Cece has to deal with. And once again, I'm a Paige Bueckers fan too. I love what she did in UConn. Love that she finally got hers. But at the end of the day, it's apples and oranges. I mean, I don't understand the comparisons. I don't understand the mudslinging at all.
Yeah. So that is one of the things that I am not watching because I'm kind of sick of seeing it. So there you go. All right, Mark. Anything else you're not watching?
I got a new one. And you anybody out there can just call me a hater if they want. But Luka and the Lakers, I'm done with it. I'm done hearing about it. I'm done dealing with this. I cannot believe that the Mavs let this happen, and now we have to live in this world where every time Luka looks over his shoulder and winks, we're going to have to hear about it. Don't get me wrong, the contract extension was huge. I understand that. But, I mean, the writing was on the wall. Everybody knew this was happening, and they're still blowing it up as if he was still just traded yesterday to the Lakers. I really hate the way that the NBA markets a lot of things, and I hate the Lakers. It bothers me.
Yeah. If you missed it over the weekend, yesterday inked a 3-year, $165 million contract extension with the Los Angeles Lakers with a player option in 2028. So he has that, I guess, get out clause, if you will, if he doesn't want to remain there. So, yeah, I mean, I just kind of saw it slide by, and then just like you, kind of annoyed with everything Lakers anyway. So, just again, like the post of that stuff as well is ridiculous, and a lot of these Lakers posts and fan. I don't know if it's fans. I don't know who's posting it nowadays, but it's just all delusional, really. So, yeah.
And what's crazy to me is everything that went off. Just in the trade deadline in the MLB. This guy still broke more news, and I'm like, it bothers me like how, the NBA markets their stuff and their athletes and what deals are going on. They spent like 40 minutes on one of the shows breaking down his contract. No one cares. Like, my bills are still due on the 1st. Like, I do not care.
Yeah, exactly. And people are posting all over that LeBron went golfing with Bronny. Like, dude, I don't care.
Right.
Like, was he jealous he didn't get into Happy Gilmore too? Like, is that why he's posting him golfing? Like, right. Dude, nobody cares about your off season.
Exactly. No one watches the summer leagues. No one. I don't understand it. Like I said, I just wish NBA would market better and just be better all around, really.
Yeah. So there you go. So that actually kind of ties into what my second one is, and it's new to the list as well. I don't know if you saw these comments. It's not these comments that I'm not watching, but it'll be preceding these comments. And it was a former Denver Nugget, if you can believe it, Boogie DeMarcus Cousins was on, I don't know if it's his podcast or somebody's podcast, where he said, he said he had a locker next to his, paraphrasing this part, but basically Nikola Jokic told him that he wanted to retire instead of signing his $300 million extension. This was obviously a couple years ago, so he could spend more time with his horses. Now, we all know that Joker loves his horses. We talked about this last week. He cried. It was in tears almost, pretty much breaking down when one of his horses won a race. He didn't want to go to the Nuggets parade a couple years ago because he had to get home to a race, and he just loves everything about horse racing in Serbia. So, what I'm not trying to watch, again, this all ties in with delusional Laker posts, is that this is why he is never going to another team. This is why he is never going to the Lakers. I keep telling everyone, everyone was freaking out when he declined to sign this summer, when he could literally make like $160 million more if he waits till next summer to sign. People are freaking out, but he didn't sign because he wants to team up with Luka. And shut up, just shut up. I know they're good friends. They have pictures with each other all over, social media, whatever. But he's not. I wouldn't. When this max deal is done, I wouldn't be surprised if he did retire. If he wanted to retire 4 or 5 years ago, Mark, you better believe he's even closer to retiring after that $300 million deal he signed a couple years ago.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But see, once again, like I said, I don't understand. This is what bothers me about most of the fans and the NBA in itself, and it doesn't make sense to me. And just like you said, if he was going to retire, he definitely would have, and you best believe the next contract extension coming around. It's the NBA, dude. It's been under my skin all weekend.
Yeah, it's crazy. But again, like he refused, not refused, but he declined to sign a couple weeks ago an extension. I wouldn't be surprised if he just played out this contract and retired. I think he's only got like 2 years left on it.
Well, this is also the same guy that didn't want to go to the parade. He wanted to go home and be with his ponies. It would not surprise me at all. I think you nailed it on the head if he just finishes out this contract, and I bet you it'll be the quickest retirement in history. He's not going to be one of those guys that's going to fiddle faddle around with it. He's going to be like, all right, guys, done.
Yeah, like he's just going to surprise everybody. Not have a what is it, going away party where every team like gets him a present, and he's going on this world tour. I wouldn't be surprised. So he doesn't get that attention at away stadiums. I wouldn't be surprised if he I'm not playing any away games.
Right. Or you know what, like what you were first saying, he's just gonna wait. Last day of that contract, he's gonna say, "Clean out my locker," and they're gonna be like, "What? We didn't even get a chance to talk." He's like, "We've just spoken. I'm done now."
Yeah. So yeah, it's just those delusional people out there who again have nothing better to do besides. I'm like, is it just a slow day for you guys, or slow news day?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, and it bothers me because like they refuse to pay attention. Like I said, this is the guy who didn't even want to go to the celebration parade. I mean, he's very clear on what he's focused about. He likes winning basketball games, and he likes to go home and bet on his ponies. Like, period. There's no in between.
Yeah, that is pretty much all right, Mark. What's gonna wrap up your not watching list?
That was it. That was all I had. Everything's the same for me. I'm looking for, like I said last week, I'm looking forward to the fall season where I'm watching all the sports.
All right, yeah. So again, capping off my not watching list, has been on my not watching list for going on 5 weeks now, and really for like 6 months now, and that is the baseball season. Still not watching any baseball, but if you are keeping up with our social media, you'll see, and we're going to kind of transition right into our watching list, the MLB Trade Deadline. And I'm sure, Mark, hopefully I'm not speaking for you, but this is on your watch list. There was a lot of moves that went down last week, especially last Thursday, July 31st is the MLB Trade Deadline. Rockies actually kind of kicked it off a couple of days before that, trading Ryan McMahon to the New York Yankees. Yankees have been swept in the meantime, by the way, by the Marlins for the first time in probably forever, since space was invented. And just a couple, the one big move that stuck out to me was Carlos Correa going back to the Houston Astros from the Minnesota Twins. Just had a fire sale, by the way. They're just like, see ya, everybody. And they traded like their whole starting rotation. One dude One dude who went to Air Force here in Colorado got traded to Tampa Bay. And then a couple other moves. The Brewers added some arms as they got Jordan Montgomery and Shelby Miller from the Arizona Diamondbacks. That was a co-deal that they got. Cardinals got Phil Marin from the Rangers. As I just talked about, Griffin Jacks, the Colorado product, played college at Air Force, went to the Tampa Bay Rays for Taj Bradley. Yaz Yastrzemski goes over to the Kansas City Royals. Charlie Morton, who I think is almost 60 years old, goes to the Detroit Tigers. White Sox trade Adrian Hauser to the Tampa Bay Rays as well. D-backs kind of had a fire sale at pitcher. They also traded maybe one of their best pitchers, Merrill Kelly, to the Rangers as well. We mentioned Carlos Correa. Mets get Cedric Mullins from the Orioles. Yankees got another Rockies player as they got relief pitcher Jake Bird. He goes to the Yankees. Kyle Finnegan goes from the Nationals to the Tigers. Tigers made a lot of moves, adding a lot of arms as well. Your Padres get Mason Miller and J.P. Spears from the Sacramento/Las Vegas Athletics. Guardians at Shane Bieber, or shipped Shane Bieber to the Toronto Blue Jays. Eugenio Suarez goes from Arizona back to the Seattle Mariners. So those are just some of the moves that were made over the trade deadline in Major League Baseball. Any moves stand out to you? Obviously, your Padres made a couple moves, but what was the one big move that either surprised you, shocked you? What are you looking at?
Yeah, no, I was extremely happy overall with the trade deadline. We also picked up Ryan O'Hearn and Laureano from the Orioles. That was big. We picked up Nasty Nestor from the Brewers. He's going to be coming back from the injured list here soon. And the Padres won today. They won the other night. They lost last night, but they won the other night, taking, I believe, 2 away from the Cardinals. We're only 3 out of first, holding down a wild card slot right now with a 4-game cushion over the Reds. And we are on top of the Mets, only 1 game behind them, and 3.5 over the, or sorry, 4.5 over the behind the Cubs. So ultimately, definitely on my watching list. I'm watching the Padres the rest of the way through. They went all in. I'm happy. They added some bullpen arms. They kept Dylan Cease. They kept Robert Suarez, who, Suarez leading the league in saves. Mason Miller being the addition, who's been absolutely lights out, being able to throw up to 104 miles an hour. J.P. Sears, we need a good lefty in the rotation. And we added a few bats. I know a lot of the Padres fans out there wanted Quan or a couple of other big bats, but I like that we got more than just one bat with getting rid of everything else. I know that there was a lot of people that were, pissed off. We got rid of our top shortstop in the farm, in DeVries, and everybody was like, well, we just got, all they got was Mason Miller and JP Series. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying in the future we're the ones who got the better deal, but I am saying the Padres already depleted their farm within the last 4 years. It's now or never. It's time to either do it or go away. And I think they made the right moves for the right now. This is it. They've got it. They had to make a go at it. There is no tomorrow for a lot of these contracts.
Yeah, so we'll see how the NL shakes up. As we talked about, obviously the Dodgers are always going to kind of be kings of the NL West. Padres, like you said, going all in. Rockies and Diamondbacks have other ideas. As again, Diamondbacks shipped a lot of arms out. Rockies shipped a lot of arms out as well. Their best relief pitcher probably in Tyler Kinley. They traded to Atlanta, so they will be rebuilding, which they have been for the last 10 years anyway. So, like I said, can you trade owners? Is that possible?
Trust me, I feel that. I've had a lot of pain with the Padres over the years.
Yeah, so, the MLB trade deadline has come and gone, and we will see what teams do now. Kind of I would say, stretch run but we still got about a month and a half left of the regular season, so we will see what goes down, despite or in favor of all these moves that these teams have made. So once again, trade deadline went down last week. All right, there is a trade deadline on the horizon in about 4 days, Mark. The WNBA trade deadline. This is what I'm watching. And we already saw a trade go down early this morning as the Dallas Wings, the aforementioned Dallas Wings with Paige Becker's trade, maybe their best defender in Dejanay Carrington. She goes over to the Minnesota Lynx. I don't know how the Minnesota Lynx could have gotten better, but they just did with the addition of Carrington. And then the Dallas Wings got back Carly Samuelson, who is out for the rest of the year, by the way, as with a leg injury. And then they also got Diamond Miller and a 2027 second round pick. So once again, Dejanay Carrington, second time in a year she's been traded. She was traded over the offseason from Connecticut to Dallas. Dallas actually had a formidable lineup to kind of surround Paige Beckers, but we've already seen them trade Nalissa Smith over to Vegas, and then we just saw them trade Dejanay Carrington. Funny enough, they are partners, and we just saw them split up and go their separate ways. Once again, Dejanay Carrington over to the Minnesota Lynx, where she re-teams up with Courtney Williams and Natisha Heidemann, which they all played together in Connecticut a couple years ago as well. And the Minnesota Lynx right now are on top of the WNBA world right now, Mark. I don't know if anybody's going to catch this Lynx team. I mean, they just blew out the biggest away margin in victory, Mark, in WNBA history the other day, as it was not even close. Minnesota won by 54 points against Vegas. It was just incredible. But Minnesota right now 24-5 on the season. The Liberty, the closest behind them, they're still 5.5 games back. But as I mentioned, I don't know if you got up when I said I don't know how the Lynx got any. I was thinking, watching the Lynx, I watch a lot of their games. I'm like, how can this team be better? Well, they just got better with the addition of Dejanay Carrington.
Absolutely, yeah. Sorry about that. Almost had a panic moment. My charger wasn't plugged in like I thought, and I didn't want to die and get lost in the middle of an episode. But yeah, no, Minnesota's been on a tear. I mean, the other day during that victory, holding their opponent to 33 points in the first half. The first half. I mean, that was a killer. I got to watch the end of that game, not for anything else other than just to watch an absolute beating. But yeah, no, I mean, Minnesota's looking scary this year, and I'm excited to see how the season's going to wrap up and the way it's going to shape up, because 24-5 they're on fire.
Yeah, and it was actually yesterday. I thought it was the other day, but 111-58 was the final score. By the way, probably the worst game that Vegas has maybe ever played in their history, right there. Yeah, so Becky Hammond was like, screw it. I think it was like not even halfway through maybe the third, maybe entering the fourth. She was like, she just sat all the starters because they did have a back-to-back. They're playing right now, and they're actually up big on the Golden State Valkyries right now, 101-77. So they're probably dispensing a little justice on the Valkyries. That game just clicked final, so the final score 101-77. Also around the league, shout out to the Indiana Fever as well. The Caitlin Clark-less Indiana Fever just won their 5th in a row. How about this interesting stat, Mark? This is the first time that they've been 5 games over 500 in 10 years. The Indiana Fever, and this is a team that's won a championship in that time frame.
That's wild. That is a crazy stat. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Aaliyah Boston with her 16th double-double of the season as well. Natasha Howard at 21 points. I mean, just great additions also with Ari McDonald kind of filling in for Caitlin Clark. She was signed to a lot of these terms I'm still kind of learning, Mark, in the WNBA, but you have hardship deals. And then, Caitlin Clark went down again, so they signed her for the rest of the season. Terrific pickup in Ari McDonald. She's a former 2nd overall pick, was waived by the Sparks at the beginning of the season, picked up by the Fever, waived by the Fever, and then brought back by the Fever. So she's kind of been all over the place. And also, she's studying for her master's degree. So she says she's got a 4-page paper due during this road trip. They're on a 5-game West Coast road trip, and they'll see the LA Sparks in a couple of days. But and then Chloe Bibby, I love this rookie. Also, she was waived by Golden State about a week ago, picked up by the Fever, and has fit in seamlessly as well. So they made the right moves, trying to, build around a Caitlin Clark-less lineup. And it's a lot of people are saying, are they better without Caitlin Clark? But right now, they are showing that they can definitely win without her.
Yeah, they can definitely win, and they've been able to distribute the ball. If you notice, like today, distributing points, Howard 21 points, you got Boston at 16 points, Mitchell at 9, Cunningham at 17, and McDonald at 9. I mean, they're dishing the ball around, they're getting the boards, they're spreading the love. So I mean, that's a big thing, that not just one player is making it happen while CeCe's down and out or not playing. So I think that's more, for me, that's what sticks out more is they're all able to step up as a team. With they only had 6 points on the bench. That part is what it is. But like I said, being able to distribute and more than one player being able to bring up their game and score is huge.
Yeah, Sabrina Ionescu had almost a career day today for the Liberty as well. She had 36 points in the Liberty's win. Her career high is 37. Kayla McBride yesterday, during that absolute trouncing of the Aces for the Lynx, she started off 8 for 8 from 3. She had 21 points in the first half. So she was breaking all kinds of records as well. And as we mentioned, a significant victory for the Minnesota Lynx. So I guess you could tie that in, the trade deadline I'm watching with what I'm always watching is the WNBA. What else you got on your watching list, Mark?
Same thing as last week, football. I'm excited. Like I said, college football is coming back up, the NFL. Micah Parsons asking for a trade. That's going to be interesting. The Steelers seeing what they're going to be able to put on the field. That'll be interesting and fun to watch. So I think this is going to be an exciting year in the NFL.
Yeah, and I guess I'll transition to that with my what I'm watching. Again, like I said, not watching any baseball. Sucker for a trade deadline. Sucker for a good Hall of Fame speech. Sucker again for another good Hall of Fame. As we had the Hall of Fame game Thursday night, and then we had the inductions yesterday. So again, always cool to see those speeches. It was always cool to see the new class, the camaraderie that goes around any Hall of Fame enshrinement ceremony. The speeches are usually all pretty good. I especially liked Sterling Sharp's speech. No notes. I don't even think he was reading a teleprompter. I mean, that guy was just on point, and I was interested to see I guess it'd be kind of tacky for Shannon Sharp to get an interesting response from the fans with all what he's dealing with, but it seemed to go pretty well for him. You never take away from Shannon's on-field output. Obviously, a Hall of Famer as well, and cool that they were. And being a Packers fan, I'm sure you're glad for Sterling Sharp, but. Absolutely. The first set of brothers ever to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, so that was cool as well.
Yeah, definitely. I also, Antonio Gates, I thought that was cool. Doing his thing and catching his moment, kind of with Phillip Rivers. I thought that was neat. And the first Hall of Famer that didn't play a snap of college football. So good on Antonio Gates.
Yeah, that was crazy, and it was actually kind of funny because Sterling Sharp kind of threw that into his speech as well. He goes, I had to play some in college, unlike Antonio Gates, to get noticed. I'm paraphrasing. I'm not sure if those are the exact words, but it was somewhere along those lines. So always cool to see the Hall of Fame speeches in any sport. Again, sucker for a Hall of Fame enshrinement, sucker for Hall of Fame speeches. It is funny that you mentioned Phillip Rivers. This is via Adam Schefter on X. He said, he put out, obviously when Hall of Fames come around, they put out the notable list for next year's possible enshrinees into really any Hall of Fame. But, he has Larry Fitzgerald, Drew Brees, Jason Witten, Frank Gore, Julian Edelman, Marcus Pouncey, so on and so forth. But on there is Phillip Rivers. And I was like, that was kind of curious because didn't he officially just announce his retirement the other day? I don't think he officially announced it when he stopped. Because remember, he had that not awkward year. It was actually a decent year his last year with the Indianapolis Colts. But, he officially announced his retirement like a week ago on some kind of social media. I don't know if that counts or him leaving, because you have to be retire for 4 or 5 years to be eligible for something. You have to be gone for a certain amount of years. But is it you just leave the game and never come back, or do you have to officially announce your retirement? That's my question.
I think it's you can't take a snap or be on a roster for so long. I think that's what it is, because he did come out. It was extremely late. Like when he came up in the news, it was kind of confusing. And then, like you said, I thought it was like, oh yeah, he never really did say he was done. We just all assumed.
Yeah.
So, but I think because he hasn't been on a roster, he's eligible.
I mean, he still looks like he could play though. For what they showed him at the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But
he looks healthy.
But 8 kids just weigh you down. All right. I'm gonna go through this long list and just give me 3 or 4 guys who you could see going into the Hall of Fame next year. I kind of mentioned this: Larry Fitzgerald, Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, Jason Witten, Frank Gore, Julian Edelman, Marquise Pouncey, LaShawn McCoy, Thomas Davis, Greg Olson, Alex Smith, Des Bryant, Stephen Gostkowski, Geno Atkins, David DeCastro, Mike Pouncey, Sean Lee, Todd Gurley, and Jarrell Casey. Dang, Jarrell Casey's been retired that long?
That's kind of weird that Todd Gurley's on there. He didn't play very long. I mean, in my opinion, and I don't hate Todd Gurley, but he didn't really make that much of an impact where I would put him on a Hall of Fame list. I'm not trying to be a hater either. I did like Todd Gurley. I thought he was fun to watch, but I didn't think he was that guy either. And what he only played maybe 6 years.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because I'll bring up like a Terrell Davis and a Sterling Sharp. Sterling Sharp only played 7 years, but in that 7 years, I mean, he was just dominant.
Right.
And Terrell Davis, I think he only played, I want to say 8 seasons, maybe 7. But, he was an NFL MVP, led the league in rushing, was a Super Bowl MVP. So I want to say that longevity matters, but as long as you're dominating during that period of time, I guess, I mean, why the hell not, I guess. So it still says, I guess Todd Gurley finished out he hasn't played since 2020, so it has been 5 years. And I'm kind of just looking at his stats. 25, he only played 5 seasons, so even less than that.
Yeah.
In those 5,
he's a great running back, but I don't think he dominated like a Sean Alexander or like an LT or like, you know what I mean, Adrian Peterson or No, definitely not. So he only played from 2015 to 2020. Only 88 career games, over 6,000 yards. I mean, 6,000 yards in 5 seasons, that's pretty good, I guess. You're averaging about 1,000 yards a season. In those, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, technically 6 seasons. He had 3 1,000-yard rushing seasons. He had 67 touchdowns in that time. 67 touchdowns in that time, I guess. He had 17 touchdowns in 2018 with the Rams. That was probably his best season where he went over 1,200 yards. He had a 1,300-yard season as well. And his rookie season was 1,100 yards. So, not that much time. And I think he dealt with a lot of injuries, too, during the end of his career. Played in one Super Bowl, but obviously didn't win. Right. The other names on there, Fitz, obviously Fitz, I think he belongs. Jason Witten, I think he belongs. And those are the 3 that stick out for me.
I think Drew Brees is a surefire first round or first ballot, I guess, how stupid that is. I think he's a surefire to get in next year if if all goes according to plan. Yeah, and then you kind of got to look at Julian Edelman. Maybe his stats aren't there, but he won a hell of a lot of championships with New England.
Yeah, and
So
and
I don't know.
he was somebody that Tom Brady could lean on in a tight spot in multiple big game situations.
Yeah. So if I had to pick 4 for next year, it would be Larry Fitz, Drew Brees, Jason Witten, and I'm honestly, I might have to go with Frank Gore. I know the dude played for like 25 years, but yeah, I mean, I think he's in top 5 in every running back category now.
Yeah, Frank Gore was going to be another one I was going to talk about, but I didn't know how many we were going to go with because Frank Gore. I mean, being in the league for 75 years and doing his thing, but he was dominant until the end in his position. He wasn't afraid to, how some running backs go from, if they were running back like Frank Gore, they wouldn't be a power back anymore. They'd start taking things to the outside, or they wouldn't take as many short downs. I don't remember Frank Gore really ever giving that or taking that opportunity, and he kind of just pounded it out until he was done.
Yeah. So Frank Gore stats, just looking at it here very quickly, 16 seasons played. His first 9 were spent with the San Francisco 49ers, 3 with Indy, 1 Miami, 1 Buffalo, 1 New York there towards the end of his career. Finished those 16 seasons, Mark, right on the nose, 16,000 rushing yards even. So there you go.
Have a career.
16,000 rushing yards in 16 seasons. He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 seasons with over 1,000 rushing yards. And then he also finished with 81 touchdowns in that span as well. So those are numbers that these guys might be looking at.
Yeah,
and it's hard.
I love Frank Gore.
And it's hard to play 16 seasons as a running back nowadays too. You got to maybe take that into consideration. I mean,
playing in Buffalo, finishing up in Buffalo. Come on.
Yeah, finishing up with Miami, Buffalo, and the Jets. His last season he had 653 yards and 2 touchdowns with the New York Jets. But compare his longevity with Todd Gurley's longevity. I mean, it's hard to play that long as a running back anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I think Emmitt Smith, I think might have been the last one to do something like that, the last running back anyways.
Yeah. See, Emmitt Smith, it was weird to see him in Arizona Cardinals jersey.
Yeah, it sure was.
Frank Gore, you were kind of like, oh yeah, it kind of looks decent in a Colts jersey. It kind of looks okay in a Buffalo Bills jersey.
Dolphins jersey.
So
he was all over the place.
So yeah, maybe we'll see some of those names in next year's ceremony. So yeah, good Hall of Fame speech, good Hall of Fame enshrinement is always on the TV when those are on as well. Anything else you want to throw in before we transition over to our entertainment segment?
That is it for me, sir.
All right. Well, it is now time to check the Cinephiles. Yes, still weird saying that, and I know I'm not going to get over it. Hopefully soon we will have production done where I don't have to say we're entering the Let's Check the Cinephiles segment. But last week we spun the wheel. His homework assignment was to watch All Dogs Go to Heaven. Where did you find that? Where did we find that? Did you have to rent it on Amazon?
No, actually, it was funny because my dad ended up telling me, he's like, hey, you can watch that on the Roku channel right now for free. And I was like, get out of here, get out of town. So I had to jump on that action.
There you go. Yeah, and obviously I had to watch Coco, which is a Disney movie, so right there on Disney Plus. So that one was an easy find, other than last week was absolutely terrible. So Mark, why don't you kick it off with your again, spoilers ahead if you haven't watched these movies. All Dogs Go to Heaven is like 30 years old. Coco is maybe pushing 10 years old now. So if you haven't watched these movies, shame on you. But there are spoilers ahead. And also want to make sure you can text the show as well, 720-375-2341 if you want a wheel spun for yourself as well, so you can join us next week and get down with the Check the Cinephiles segment. But Mark, why don't you kick things off with your review, your grade? Would you recommend All Dogs Go to Heaven?
You'd recommend 2 thumbs up. It was an enjoyment to watch. Your kids will love it. Released November 17th,
It's not sad,
1989.
I mean, I would imagine it's sad for a kid to watch this, no? All Dogs Go to Heaven?
I mean, it does have its moments. Now, here's the thing. Last week, I thought it was Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen's in the second one. This one was Burt Reynolds. So that was good.
I was gonna say it must be Burt Reynolds or something.
Yeah, he plays Charlie B. Barkin. It takes place in 1939 in New Orleans, and I think my favorite scene was at the beginning when they're just gambling on the racing rats. I mean, that's
right up your alley. That's right up your alley.
Right. I felt right at home. He's with his best friend Itchy. His business partner Carface gets him killed. Goes to heaven, has to come back. He immediately escapes heaven, and then he has so long to complete some good deeds. Ends up finding this young girl that Carface had taken because she could talk with the animals, and he was trying to get her to gamble for him. And instead Charlie does, and Charlie has her talk to the horses and helps him pick which horse to win. Great family film, by the way. And all ends well, though. She gets tired of Charlie's crap and is like, hey man, I'm not here to just win you money. And so they end up finding her a home and beautiful parents, and everybody lives happily ever after.
Well, you have to with a movie like that.
No, it was fun though. Like I said, I think my favorite was just all the gambling. I thought was hilarious. Times have definitely changed. I don't think anybody would picture a child's movie where the child is the one winning all the bets and making all the money.
Yeah. So sounds. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie, so might have to rewatch it after your recommendation.
Absolutely.
Got to find the Roku channel. All right, I had to watch Coco, and almost 10 years ago, 2017 is when this movie came out. The story surrounds a little kid named Miguel. Basically wants to play music, but his grandma is like breaking guitars and throwing shit all over the place. Found his shrine to his idol, Ernesto de la Cruz, and she was all pissed off and burned it off. And I'm like, easy, grandma. Like, damn. But anyway, Miguel wants to enter this talent show, and he breaks into basically De La Cruz's mortuary, or I think that's what you call it, where someone's buried inside a huge stone structure, I guess. And he got summoned basically to heaven, kind of ties in with your movie. So he's walking around with a bunch of skeletons. Dante, his fellow dog, again, ties in with your movie, follows him all over the place. Kind of a cool concept. Like you have to get your picture put up by your family, and so you can basically enter the spirit world, enter heaven, so you're not kind of stuck in purgatory. So he was helping this one dude, Hector, and Hector was kind of helping him out find De La Cruz. Turns out De La Cruz is just an asshole, and everyone was a fan of his music, his movies, but him as a person, absolute dick. So De La Cruz was not what Miguel thought he was. So that is kind of where that is. Again, happily ever after. He gets Hector's family to put up his picture. Hector's able to enter into heaven, cross the bridge over to heaven, and all is well. And then Miguel goes back to his family, and his grandma finally like lightens up and was like, sorry, mijo. Sorry that we were so hard on you about music. And now they were kind of covering up the story of De La Cruz. It was his great-great-grandfather or something like that. So, yeah, it is a no gambling, but you're gambling with not watching it. if you're not a fan of wholesome family film. But yeah, good Coco, good music as well. I'd give it a solid B plus A minus territory.
Like it. I like that grade. I agree. I love that movie. Um, definitely, it's a fun watch. It's a fun watch, and I mean, my kids loved it, so definitely like that. So, your recommendation, 2 thumbs up, then, huh?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, so always I don't know what those kind of movies are called. It is animation, but it's like 3D-ish. I don't know if there's a certain term. Those those flicks that Disney churns out are seem to. I mean, look at they're going on like Toy Story 8, so something's working.
Yeah, that is a good point. They do have a knack for that stuff.
There you go. So yeah, both recommended movies. All Dogs Go to Heaven and Coco. I just caught the connection. Like they kind of do have a connection with kind of heaven and the spirit world and dogs. Even though Dante was kind of a klutz, but
Yeah, yeah.
he was a good spirit animal though.
He was, and he meant well, and he was a good teammate, dude. He helped out. Didn't he?
Yeah,
Didn't he like turn into like a dragon or something like that
that's
at
what I
the
mean.
end?
He like grew wings and flew away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. All right, as we're gonna dive into our spin the wheel segment here, and again, if you're new to the program, we're gonna spin this wheel to see what we have to watch next week. Hopefully it changed. Like hopefully, because this is 2 weeks in a row now where we both had the same genre, same kind of thing. So hopefully we'll get something a little different here. Mark, do you want to go first? You want me to go first? How you want to do it?
I think it's your turn. Let's go. Let's go. You first.
All right, here we go. We're gonna spin whether it's a movie or a TV show. So here we go.
It's been heavy on the movies lately. Let's see if it changes its mind.
Maybe. All right, that is a TV show. So our first TV show.
History has been made.
This is this is this is interesting here. All right, let's go to the TV genres here on the wheel. Here we go. By the way, the genres are cartoon, drama, miniseries, superhero, comedy, and I'm gonna get miniseries.
Off to a good start here.
Oh my goodness. I hope I have time to watch a miniseries. Let's see. I don't see miniseries in the category, so I might have to respin. I don't know if we made a miniseries category.
Oops.
Yeah, so I'm gonna respin here because we don't have this. We don't have this in there, so I'm gonna respin if you're good with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Run
All
it.
right. Yeah, I don't know. This guy's sleeping over here. He didn't put any miniseries.
Stop
in.
it. Is it gonna pick it again?
No, superhero. All right. A little better. Do we have a superhero folder? All right, we do. All right, here we go. Are we ready? Here we go. These are like all Marvel, by the way.
Yeah, they are.
All right,
Hawkeye.
Now we get to spin a special wheel to see how many episodes you have to watch. Because so we have pilot 5 episodes or co-host choice.
Hey, I like that.
Here we go. All right, 1 episode. All right. So I got to watch the pilot of Hawkeye, which easy to find if you're wondering. It should be right there on Disney Plus as well. So getting my money's worth using that $20 a month of Disney Plus. All right, Mark, it is your turn to spin the wheel. Let me know when you're ready.
Absolutely. Hit it. Movies for me, huh?
Movies for you. All right. Mark is 3 weeks in a row now. He's watching movies. All right. Genres of movies. We got action, comedy, horror, Marvel madness. So you might join me in that. Sports and cartoon. So whenever you're ready.
Hit it.
At least it's different this time.
Yeah. We're not worried about hitting the same one.
Another comedy. Right on the button comedy. Yes, did you hear that guy in the back? He is psyched for this. Comedy. All right. When are you ready?
Let's hit it.
Nice. Classic.
Awesome. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I've never watched the movie Office Space.
Oh. I'm going to tell you right now, I highly recommend this movie. So there you go. Mark out movies, comedies. He has to watch Office Space for next week. And I have to watch the pilot of Hawkeye, the TV show based on, in the words of Ant-Man, the Arrow guy, obviously played by Jeremy Renner. So we will have that for you next week. Again, if you want to get involved with the spins, leave us a message, text the show, email us, however you want to do it, and you can join in on the fun as well. So are you excited to watch? Because I never really saw Airplane. I never really saw Animal House. Are you excited to watch this movie?
I am, and I'm more excited at the fact that it's finally something that I haven't seen yet. So for me, that's that. I love that.
And I'm trying to help you out here. I don't know where it's on. You might have to Roku it again.
Right.
I think I saw it on Netflix. You might be able to watch it on Netflix. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe it's not on Netflix. It is not on Netflix, so you might be screwed.
Oh. See here, I'm looking at it now, and
you might be renting it for $4 on Amazon. It's on Amazon.
$3.99.
It's $3.79.
Oh.
Yeah, you get 20 cents off. You get 20 cents off for a movie you've never seen before.
Hey, there we go. That's not too bad.
So there you go.
You might, like no matter where I go, I have to. Maybe on Peacock it says subscription.
It used to be on Netflix. I can tell you that. It must have came off recently.
Well, I'm excited. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, I saw Hawkeye the series when it first came out. Obviously, have not watched it since. But if you're crazy, yeah, it is on Peacock, by the way. So if you need my login, you can use it.
Appreciate that.
Or I'll make you spend $3.79. like I had to. What was that? What did I have to buy? Airplane.
Airplane. Yep.
Stupid. Yeah. If you have to, if you've ever watched the Marvel movies in order, it's a hell of a good time. By the way, it might take you forever, but some of the shows do tie in with the storyline. I don't remember if Hawkeye really necessarily ties into the movie like Loki. That one ties into the movie, plot lines and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting. I've only seen Hawkeye once. So when it first came out, I don't even know when that series came out. It's got to be at least 5 years ago, maybe.
Going on 10, right?
I don't know. They started churning out these series about 5-6 years ago. You could be absolutely right. 2021. So it was only 4 years ago.
See,
By the
for
way,
whatever reason, I thought it was like 2015, 2016.
yeah, so Jeremy Renner and Josh Allen's wife now is in that series. So Haley Seinfeld. Speaking of Haley Seinfeld, have you watched the movie Sinners, by the way?
It's on my list. I want to watch it. I heard it was pretty good.
Probably the best movie I've seen in the last year.
Yeah, see, that makes me excited. I want to watch it.
Yeah, and Michael B. Jordan's pretty much good in everything he does. So yeah. And a good cast.
Absolutely.
Again, Haley Seinfeld's in it. I don't know if you ever seen Ballers on HBO.
I love Ballers.
But the dude who like was selling cars and then went to go play for the Dolphins, he's in Sinners. I forget his name. He's in a lot of stuff. One of those character actors. You know who he is by looking at him, but you can never say his name. Just like that one dude I was talking about from Animal House. But yeah, good. I mean, good cast. If you like that kind of just something new, something you've never seen before in that storyline. So yeah, probably the best movie I've seen in a year.
That's good. That's good to hear. Like I said, I did hear multiple good things, and that's definitely on the list. I need to get some time to sit down and watch it. I want to give it the attention that it deserves.
Yeah, I watched it randomly on like Wednesday or Thursday night last week, and yeah, it was pretty darn good. So there you go. Maybe we'll be on our list or something like that. I don't know. But there you go. So Mark has to watch Office Space. Now the question is, does he watch it for free with my Peacock account, or does he spend $3.79 to watch it? I will say, if you don't want to use my login, it is worth the $3.79. I will tell you that.
Well, I just got to make sure that I paid my Peacock account. I can't even remember last time I used Peacock, to be honest, but I did have one.
The only reason I have Peacock is for the Office reruns. That's pretty much
same. That's the only reason why I got it to begin with.
Well, now you have two reasons. The Office and Office Space. Good cast in Office Space too, by the way. So there you go. I guess we got to make a mini series folder, so we don't embarrass ourselves like that again.
Yeah, we'll put Band of Brothers in there.
Yeah, Band of Brothers, Ballers.
Ballers is a great one.
There you go. All right, that is going to do it for us here on the Mark. Went on the mic here on Elevation 5280 Sports and Lifestyle. Don't forget to subscribe to all of our socials again, X, Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and go over to Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Amazon Music as well, so you can catch all the on-demand stuff. Go to our home base, e5280sports.com, for all of the goodness as well. And I want to thank you for tuning in, however you tune in, whether it's now, whether it's later, whether it's in 2 weeks from now. We appreciate it. This and multiple pods on the network, also brought to you by Pikes Peak Sport Cards. If you're ever in the Denver, Colorado Springs area, go down, check them out. They've done shows all summer, so if you're looking for that certain card, whether it's sports, Pokemon, whatever, they have it for you. But that is going to do it for us here until next week. For Mark Sexton, I am Michael Spillane. We will talk to you next week.